The official trailer for Steve has arrived. In addition to being Cillian Murphy's first movie for Netflix, Steve is only his second movie after his Oscar-winning performance in 2023's Oppenheimer, after Small Things Like These. The feature was directed by Small Things Like These Tim Milance from a screenplay by Max Porter adapting his own novella, 2023's Shy. The movie, which also stars Jay Lycurgo, Emily Watson, Simbi Ajikawa, and Tracy Ullman, follows the title character Steve Murphy, who is the head teacher of a British reform school in the 1990s. It takes place over the course of a single day that could change everything. Netflix has now unveiled the official trailer for Steve. It opens with a scene where characters are asked to describe themselves in 3 words. Steve himself says, very, very tired, but one of his students says, angry and bored, highlighting the disparity between the students and staff that is the core emotional through-line of the movie. After showing Steve attempting to connect with various students, the trailer introduces Shy Lycurgo. As Steve tries to get through to him, he is reaching the limit of his own mental health and his relationship to substances. The trailer then uses the chaos of a fire alarm to visually and sonically underscore how overwhelmed the character is. Check out the full trailer below. What this means for Steve. Cillian Murphy walking down a hallway with students in Steve. Although Steve sees its lead star making a Netflix project for the first time, the Cillian Murphy movie finds the star entirely in his element. In fact, the closing scenes of the trailer have a similar evocative power to a moment in Oppenheimer where his character is overwhelmed by guilt amid a cheering crowd. The fact that the stakes of Steve are much lower than nuclear war should make Cillian Murphy's performance shine all the more, because it will allow him to bring that level of intensity and pathos to a much smaller story with a more domestic scope. Our take on the Steve trailer. Cillian Murphy talking to a student in his dorm in Steve. Perhaps the most intriguing aspect of the trailer is something that was hinted at by the project's changed title. The lead character of the movie is Steve himself rather than Shy, who was the protagonist of the novella. Though the dynamic between the two characters is still central to the story, the Oppenheimer star is more front and center. This change may have been made in order to center the Oscar-winning actor who took on the role. However, the trailer makes it seem equally likely that Steve will act as a companion piece to Shy, with both works adding more detail to the story thanks to telling it from 2 different perspectives.